This is Roger Struckoff with Syscon TV, Day 3 of Cloud Expo in Santa Clara, and we're joined right now by Mike Loftus with Zentera. He says that he would like to talk about connecting applications to the cloud. So that sounds like an important topic. Welcome, by the way.
Well, thank you very much. We really appreciate the invite to chat with you. And as you probably have heard over and over again over the last several years, there's a number of enterprises that want to move from what they're deploying today inside of their own data centers into a cloud environment. And so this, what we're lovingly as an industry calling a mixed environment, is becoming reality. The year of the cloud, we have no idea when that's going to really happen, but we think it's happening now, or at least those of us on the inside. And therefore, is those technology providers like Zentera that are helping enterprises move across. It's been fun to watch because we're seeing it happen. And the stumble part, the part that's made it so difficult over the last several years, is how to make it so easy and simple for an enterprise to just spin up and work with a cloud environment and yet tie back to what I'm doing inside of my enterprise. And that's been the challenge, because all of the cloud service providers today focus on their problems, not on the enterprise problems. So what we did, we're an enterprise company, so we come at it from the enterprise point of view. So generally, as a result of that, coming at the and of course I'm now stumbling. But it is.
We're being photographed here because we're very famous. And we just have to, go on through all that. Actually, the point you're making, which was the year of the cloud, I think I wrote like 3 years ago. We're at year zero. Right now, it's like we're in the midst of it. I mean, it's just like full on. Everyone's scrambling. Scrambling is probably not the word that they would want to use. But.
Yeah, well, the interesting part is, though, there was a released report literally just a few months ago in June that talked about how many of the enterprises are using the cloud, and the number was less than 5%. And so, although we talk about the year of the cloud, it's the enterprise that once the herd moves, where this little thing we have here now is going to just be dwarfed because it's so enormous once they move, once the herd moves.
I was trying to find out, and I don't want to pay $100,000 for information, and I suppose I could compile it myself over a year, but I was trying to find out, that number, what you're saying. And I'm looking at, maybe 8% of budgets have moved to the cloud, even though when you live it, you think it's everybody. But it's a stampede. It does seem like, even though the overall percentage is low, it's like a stampede has started. The train is coming through, and the rest of it's down there. But, I mean, is that the way you see it?
Yeah, and that's how we view it. The train has moved. It's beginning to go on through. And for those companies that are building products that help the enterprise cross the chasm, it's a good time to be in the cloud space.
And why are they coming to you? That Crossing the Chasm is actually, I enjoy that book, I enjoy that author, and I enjoy that concept because it is so real. People think it's not going to happen to me, and they get to that point where and so what states of distress or what states of mind, shall we say, are they coming to Zentera with, and what are you doing for them?
So what we do is we provide a secure a network layer, so we don't touch anything underneath. One of the challenges that you have is when you disrupt what you've been doing for the last 10, 12, 15, 20 years, it gets really difficult inside the enterprise. So what we've done is we've built a virtual technology that allows you to implement above a layer, create a layer above. Okay. And so it's virtualized on both sides, both on the enterprise side. So we build, in essence, a container that lives across what you're doing inside the enterprise and what you're doing inside the cloud. And by the way, we're compatible with the Docker containers as well.
That seems to have emerged. I mean, it wasn't even around a few years ago. So let's talk a little bit about that, the emergence of containers and Docker and the importance of it.
Well, I think that the part of the reality is when I've got a workload and I want to move that workload to the cloud, it takes, taking all of the pieces, all the machines, all the servers, all of the everything associated with it, and figuring out how to manage that process. And what Docker and what that whole process and what everyone in the container space is doing is saying, let's put it all together. Let's put it it into something that we can manage as a unit and take that unit and move it. And the challenge still is going to be is how do I manage multiple containers across a network? And that's what we allow you to do.
And that's something that you're going to be able to talk about for a long, long time. He's wearing the shirt, so you can find him, Zentera.com. We've been sitting here with Mike Loftus from Zentera, and they solve problems. They were moving stuff to the cloud, said the train has left the station, and there's a lot more of it to do. Good luck with what you're doing, and thank you for joining us. And thank you for watching. For Syscon TV, this is Roger Struckoff.